every one of you a glorious holiday from the entire New Worldview radio crew on WURDradio.com.
Happy holidays from WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Tune in to WURD Radio Tuesday, January 2nd at 10 a.m. for a special live broadcast of the inauguration of Mayor-elect Sherelle Parker. Hosted by Reality Check's Tanya Pendleton and City Council Live's Ernest Owens. This historical ceremony will feature the swearing in of the new City Council and naming of Kenyatta Johnson as the next City Council President. Tune in to WURD's live coverage starting at 10 a.m. on WURD Radio, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Habaragani, it's the third day of Kwanzaa. Today's principle is Ujima, meaning collective work and responsibility. This is the home of Progressive Black Talk Media, WURD, 900 AM and 96.1 FM, Philadelphia. Streaming online at wordradio.com and the WURD Radio app. The views and opinions expressed by the guests, listeners, and hosts of any program on WURD Radio do not necessarily reflect those of the ownership, management, or advertisers of this station.
I'm simply saying that life finds a way.
All right, people. Write something on the board. Let's spell it. First letter.
L-O-G.
What's that? What?
It's time. It's time to have real, honest, open, difficult, and inspiring conversations. It's time for Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hello there, family. Hello and welcome. Welcome to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. Welcome to the end of the Love and Life week. How about that? I couldn't even get it out. I didn't want to say it. That's why. Happy Thursday to you and yours. I pray that all is coming along well. I really do. Happy Kwanzaa, the third day of the Kwanzaa celebration, that is, to be exact, as we're coming up on the weekend to celebrate the coming of the new year. Family, what do you have in store? What are your plans? You know I want to know. I've been asking you all week. I want to know what's going on with you and for you and in your life, all that good stuff. So fill me in, please. Happy birthday to all of our love bugs that are celebrating, especially if you are celebrating a birthday on today. So family, you know what I like to do. I like to check in or do a roll call, if you will. If you are joining us by way of socials, please let us know. Share a comment, if you will, on our socials, or give us a call, because you know you're welcome to do that too. You can do that by dialing 215-634-8065. You can even call us toll free at 1-866-361-0900. You know, any way you share the love, we will take it. So Nick is still not here this week. He's enjoying his time off. I believe he is. I hope he is. How about that? But Jordan is here. Jordan is spending some time with us, and we're happy to have Jordan here. Hey, Jordan. Hey, Jordan. Ruben Mills is checking in, and he's sharing that he loves Love and Life. Well, you know what? Love and Life loves you right back. Thank you so much. Nazir Butler is checking in. Hello there, Nazir. He's sending peace and blessings to us all. And you know, we're sending them right back to you. And the beautiful Donna Baker is joining us as well. Hello there, beautiful. Thank you for joining us. Always, always. Family, you know, there are a few things that I would like to share with you. The first of which is about the Philadelphia mayoral inauguration. Join us on WURD Radio Tuesday, January 2nd at 10 a.m. for a special live broadcast of the inauguration of Mayor-elect Sherelle Parker. Hosted by our own beloved Reality Checks Tanya Pendleton and City Council Live's Ernest Owens, this historic ceremony will also feature the swearing in of the new City Council and naming of Kenyatta Johnson as the next City Council president. Tune into WURD's live coverage starting at 10 a.m. on WURD Radio, Progressive Black Talk Media. I also want to tell you about the harvest. WURD Radio is sharing a harvest for the world, as you know, now through December 31st. Visit wordradio.com to find information on upcoming give back events in the Philadelphia area. If your organization is hosting free clothing giveaways, food drives, free workshops, community dinners, and even more, please share the details using the form on our website. Simply visit wordradio.com/the harvest and look for the harvest banner. It is harvest time, family, and we're sharing information on those giving back to the community. The harvest is brought to you by Comcast, Pico, Keystone First, and the United Way. We are WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Attention, WURD. You know, I've got something else to tell you. Our mission to reach 2,000 members is reaching its final stretch, and we need your support now more than ever. December 31st is the deadline, and your membership is vital to keeping Black Talk Media strong. If you've been a loyal listener for some time, this is the moment your love for the station can be made known. We want to continue giving the community a trustworthy space to share freely and become informed consistently. So, become a member today. Enjoy exclusive benefits and help us make history together. Family, don't wait. Visit wordradio.com right now. And the next thing that I want to share with you is about Cafe Mocha. Have you tuned in yet? Well, if you have not, tune in to Cafe Mocha every Sunday from 8 p.m. until 10 p.m. Cafe Mocha is radio from a woman's perspective. Check out the flavor from the hosts, comedian and actress Lonnie Love, hip-hop legend Yo-Yo, and broadcast veteran Angelique Perrin, as they all bring their own point of view to today's issues, social commentary, celebrity interviews, and self-help advice. All of this wrapped in soundtracks of urban contemporary music. Family, that's Cafe Mocha. Sundays at 8 p.m. only on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. So, family, I want to know, for those of you who are celebrating Kwanzaa, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing to celebrate the individual principles of Kwanzaa? I want to know. I told you I want to get better. I want to do better, I should say, at celebrating Kwanzaa. Nasir shares that he is taking the baby, the grandbaby, ice skating at Laura Sims' rink. Oh, I love it. I just love it. I love the stories that you share about you and your grandbaby. You know I do. I so do. So, family, in this hour, I want you to meet an extraordinary human being. Don't I always? Yes, I do, because I believe we all are. We all. That's because we are. His name, by the way, is Isaiah Caleb Stanley. And he's an actor based in Brooklyn, New York, but was most recently seen in the New York City premiere of Octavia Butler's Parable of the Sower, the opera at Lincoln Center, and Romeo and Juliet with Pennsylvania Shakespeare Festival. I cannot wait to have this conversation with Isaiah Caleb Stanley. So what I'm going to do, family, without further ado, is invite you to join the conversation with none other than Isaiah Caleb Stanley. Hello there, good sir. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure. It is such a pleasure. So family, before we went to live, I had just a brief conversation with Isaiah, and I was sharing with him that I'm so excited because well, you all probably don't know. So I love to read, like love to read. And Octavia Butler is one of my absolute favorite authors. At one point in time, I had every single book of hers, every single. I had given them away because I thought I was doing something, but I'm so mad at myself for that. I'm going to have to buy them all again. But in any event, welcome to the space. Welcome to the family. Tell us a little more about you, please.
A little bit about me. Okay. Well, I I'm originally from Baltimore. I moved to New York City about how long has it been now? I moved there in 2011 to go to college, and I've been there ever since. I was at Hofstra University, which is where I studied acting. And let's see what else. I like to say that I have three first names, so that's always a fun fact. And I'm new to Philly. I've been able to visit here many times, and I've done some projects here, but I've never really gotten to stay here. So for the last few weeks, I've been here rehearsing this current play at Theater Exile, A Case for the Existence of God by Samuel
Mhm.
D. Hunter, and it's been great. It's been such a pleasure. So I'm just over the moon about it.
Let me tell you, I'm over the moon about the title alone, A Case for the
Mm.
Existence of God. I cannot wait to get into that. I was telling Isaiah, I said, okay, I want to walk through everything. Y'all know I do. Y'all know I do. Y'all know how I am. But so you were born in Baltimore, Maryland. All right.
Yes, yes.
And have been in New York for quite some time now that I'm sure that everybody that you know in New York claims you there. They know you're from New York.
Yeah, they say, after 10 years you officially become a New Yorker, but I always say as soon as you have your sort of first good cry in the streets of New York, that's when you become a New Yorker.
I don't want you to cry in the streets, Isaiah.
It could be a happy cry too. I'm
Okay,
I'm
well,
I'm just I'm a sensitive person, so
okay.
happy or sad, there's always a reason to let it out.
Well, you know what? We are creatives, so we are exceptionally
Hmm.
sensitive. We are
Yes.
more sensitive than most. So I have to agree with you on that. I sat in my car today and had a good cry. So
Mhm. It's just every
sometimes
day.
you, yes, listen. It's a cleansing mechanism. That's what
Better
it is.
out than in.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Family, I do want to share with you that some more of our family members are checking in. Malcolm, hey there, Malcolm White, that is, who's sharing that he is watching and listening from West Mount Airy. Hey there. He says, hey, Word family. Well, we're sending all that love right back to you, Malcolm. And the beautiful Joanne Dormon, she is joining us as well. And she too is sending peace and blessings. We're sending them right back to you. So, Isaiah, I love saying your whole name, Isaiah Caleb Stanley, because of the three first name thing. I love it. I love it. But Isaiah, if you will, um, I was just sharing with you and the family how much I adore Octavia Butler. I regret, however, knowing that there was an adaptation, a parable of the sower, that I missed. Let me tell you that. I just sorely regret that. But please tell us about having most recently worked on that body of work.
It was one of those times in your creative career that you just get to learn. You just sometimes you feel like you have to be on and you have to be right and you have to perform, but you know this was one of those times where I was able to sit back and really internalize her message, and it allowed me to really settle with where we are in the world today.
Mm,
um, it paints a picture of famine and danger and division, and unfortunately that is nothing new to this world that we inhabit right now.
mm-mm.
Um, and every time I was able to be on stage with that group, I just learned a little more something about myself, how to look out for your fellow person, how to show up even when you don't necessarily have it in you, just being there. It was just a phenomenal group of performers, and it was adapted by Toshi Regan and her mother, Dr. Bernice Johnson Regan. And just having their input and
Mm-hmm.
having their deep connection to the story to inform what we had to go out on stage every night and do. It just made it all the more real to us,
Mm-hmm.
and it allowed us, I think, to share that story in a way that could really touch people. Instead of just giving them a show, we gave them a message, maybe, with love, a
Sure.
warning about the world we're headed for if we don't get it together. And we don't always get that opportunity as performers. Sometimes it really is just about entertainment, and anytime you can teach, or just
Learn.
send any kind of, yes, exactly, learn, send any kind of deeper message beyond what you see on stage, something that they can go home with and really internalize it. It meant the world to me. So we were on tour all through the spring, and we were across the country in these beautiful houses, just being able to congregate. We don't like to call it audiences, we like to call them congregations.
Mm-hmm.
um, and we were blessed enough to be able to close at David Geffen Hall at Lincoln Center, and it will forever be a highlight of this year for me.
I mean, of life, right? Like, well, look at me.
Yeah.
Listen to me. I'm claiming your experience, but it's a highlight as I'm listening to you explain it. But that just just hearing you describe it sounds amazing, just so amazing. And I feel what you're talking about, especially because, like I said, I'm familiar with all of her work, like all of her work, and that's one of my favorites, Parable of the Sower. But we're not going to get too far down the rabbit hole as I talk about Octavia Butler, but I did want to acknowledge
Mhm.
you having been in that adaptation, and I wanted to speak about that and find out what you thought and what you felt about it. I'm always interested in that, so thank you for that. Thank you for obliging.
Of
So,
course.
did you always have an interest in theater or in acting?
I think so. Yeah. Well, I started.
Wait, wait,
I,
wait a minute, Isaiah.
you
You said,
know,
I think I did.
it's one of those things where, I started acting when I was 11.
Okay.
And it was sort of a game time decision for me. I had a friend in the neighborhood who lived on my grandma's block, and she was studying at this theater called the Arena Players in Baltimore. And the Arena Players is the oldest continually operating Black theater in the country. Um,
Wow.
and so I really, once I knew that that was an option to me, and I don't feel like I had found my thing, at that point.
Hmm.
I really
Hmm.
wasn't sure what my sort of niche was. And so I was able to settle into that place at the Arena
Hmm.
Players, and really start to express myself and understand myself. And it was the first place I really felt seen, I think, as a person,
Sure.
where I didn't feel like I always had to be right. I just had to be. And understanding that there were people like that in this world, and being able to learn from people who had been doing it for 50 some odd years, some of the greats. It felt like that was my path. I had no questions from that point of what I wanted to do. And so there are definitely times where knowing what you want out of your life so early on can be something of a blessing and something of a curse.
Hmm.
But I've always been so grateful to have had that experience.
You know what? It sounds like it was calling to you very, very early, and it sounds like you did not hesitate, which is a good thing. You did not hesitate. You recognized, you were open to it. And what a
Mm,
blessing, like you said, that's a huge blessing to have all of that history just
mm.
available to you, to have that legacy available to
Yes.
you. That is a huge blessing, especially in entertainment. I imagine in as it pertains to anything that you do in life, but in entertainment, because we are so sensitive, we are so fragile, we are
Hmm.
so, it really helps. It really, really, really does help. I imagine you would agree with this. It really does help to have all of that available to you, because you get to see from a wide spectrum when you have history
Mm.
available to you, as opposed to just having maybe an experience with a newly erected theater where there's not a lot of
Yes.
history there, or
Hmm.
not a lot from which to draw. or from which to pull.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, and beyond being an outlet for me, it gave me direction. Just being able to be under those wings.
yes, I can only imagine. Oh, I love that for you. Oh, I love that for you. Family, hey there. I'm talking to each and every one of you. If you have just joined us, yes, welcome. You're tuned in to Love and Life. Truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. We are talking with none other than Isaiah Caleb Stanley. When we come back, we're going to talk about the body of work in which he is now called A Case for the Existence of God. I love that title. I cannot wait to talk about it. So, family, stay with us because when we come back, we're going to dig deep. Okay? Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Are you or someone you love struggling with an addiction to drugs or alcohol and want to be set free from the chains of addiction? Then call Addiction Helpline America right now to get the help you need. From drug and alcohol addiction to dual diagnosis treatment, we provide a confidential helpline to help people like you get sober and live happy, substance-free lives.
Treatment helped me get my life back. I was so addicted. The only person I could focus on was myself and what I needed. I hit rock bottom and lost everything. Through treatment, I was able to overcome those demons and focus on my family again.
I used until I overdosed and almost died. That was the end of the road for me. After seeking treatment, I now have hope. I learned skills that help me deal with life on life's terms.
800-932-1745. 800-932-1745. 800-932-1745. That's 800-932-1745.
Blind? Low vision? Eyesight changing? You are not alone. Connecting with blind and low vision people can provide support and expand your understanding of what is possible. We are making our own choices every day, but we are also stronger together. To learn more, visit us on the web at blind.org. The National Federation of the Blind. Live the life you want.
The job search can be a difficult and frustrating process. WURD's Livelihood Initiative was designed to help you find the right opportunity for your next professional move. Check out these recent openings posted on the Livelihood job board at wordworks.com. The Chambers of Commerce for Greater Philadelphia is hiring a research analyst. Penn Community Bank is hiring a customer service representative. For more information on these jobs and others, go to wordworks.com and learn more about the Livelihood Initiative, brought to you by WURD Radio, Progressive Black Talk Media.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. We are talking with Isaiah Caleb Stanley in this hour, and we are talking about some of the works in which he's had the pleasure and privilege of acting, and he's about to share with us the current body of work in which he is. So I shared with our family members that you are now in A Case for the Existence of God. Please tell us all about this body of work.
So this play, it puts us in Twin Falls, Idaho. And you have these two fathers who are a somewhat unlikely pair. And basically they are going through heavy trials and tribulations in regards to keeping their families together. We have one who is a single father fighting the state, and we have one who is a father going through, the end of his marriage, trying to hold on to his child. And, despite all of the odds, stacked up against them, and despite all of the reasons that they have societally to not necessarily even be in the same room, they become something of a support for one another. So it speaks to male friendship and what that looks like, and how it's viewed from the outside, as well as what it really means to have somebody in your corner, regardless of what they can do for you.
So this is about male bonding and male support. Oh,
Yes,
wow.
yes.
Well, I think we need that. We definitely need to see that. We definitely need that message. You said Idaho. Okay, so I'm curious to know.
Idaho.
Wait, now I'm asking because I'm curious to know. Now, I've only visited Idaho just a few times, probably less than one handful of times. Is the two lead characters, the two fathers, are they do they come from the same background? Are they black? Are they white? Are they people of color? Are they
So
do you
they
know?
are, just about as opposite as you can get. I have actually a little postcard here of our, this is myself and my co-star. His name is Keith Canallen. He is one of the most giving scene partners I've had the pleasure of working with. And because there are only two of us in this play, we spend a very, very big, meaty chunk of time together,
Yes.
just getting this play on its feet. And so, as you can imagine, being in Twin Falls, Idaho, there might not be a lot of people who look like me. And trying to navigate what that means in spite of the privilege that my character may have. It's interesting that there's this sort of commentary on, regardless of what we're born into, what we're born into versus what we have materially, because the character I play, Keith, he's a single black man in this neighborhood or community where there really aren't many like him, but financially he does have something of the upper hand. And then you have also Keith. I'm playing Keith, and then my co-star is named Keith, and he's playing his character Ryan. So that has been fun to navigate with rehearsals.
I'm sure.
But so you have my character Keith. He is a mortgage broker. He comes from a family where his father is a lawyer. He's never really necessarily struggled in the way that someone viewing this show might expect a black man to struggle.
Sure.
And then on the other hand, you have Ryan, who is a white man from Idaho, sort of all-American kind of guy, and he just can't seem to get it together. He is sort of a serial messer-upper in his life, and in trying to gain some respect from his family and gain some respect from the state, so that he can hold on to his daughter, he goes and he tries to buy some property. And I, being the mortgage broker that he has connected with, it's now upon me to help him with that. And the play really shines a light on what it really looks like when you are down to your last, and when you are either emotionally drained or financially drained, or somewhere in the middle with both, and what it means to have someone still willing to fight for you.
Wow. So Keith is advocating for Ryan. Ryan.
Yes.
Well, you're right about this. This is definitely an interesting take, given that Keith is the person of color and Ryan is not, and that is an opposite. That's very interesting. So, wow. I'm digesting this because I was going to ask, okay, so which role do you play? And you just spoke volumes. You just said a whole lot. And so Keith has not had to struggle financially. He's had financial stability. He grew up in a space of financial stability and pretty much security as it pertains to security. Did he grow up in Idaho?
Yes, he did. He is a native of Twin Falls.
Well, now that's interesting because for a Black man to have grown up in Idaho and to be financially secure too, that's something that we don't often um, hear of being a normality. And you know what, family? I don't know if I can even legitimately say that because I've not looked up any statistics, so I can't really say. But from my understanding, let me put it that way. From my understanding, so I appreciate the perspective. So Keith is helping Ryan, and he's advocating for him as a human being, as a man.
Yes.
And Keith is a single man. He's single, or
Keith is single, yeah.
And he has no children.
He has no children, but he is fostering this young child, and he's giving it his all because Keith, he's a lonely man. He, as you can imagine, he does not have necessarily a ton of other than his father. His mother is no longer in the picture, so he is actively looking for something to hold on to. He is actively looking for a life experience that makes him feel worth more than just what he presents as in the world. And it's the play shines a light on the fact that he has more or less anything he could want. But in going against this system and trying to make it work and trying to keep this child and trying to save this child, he still comes up against all of the constructs that keep Black people where they have to fight to get out. It's not lost on us in the rehearsal room that we often have to talk about. If Keith was a white man who was married and on paper could say, "This is who I am," the play wouldn't exist because he would have the adoption in the can. That would be it. So the fact that regardless of what he has, he's still seen by the, powers that be, for lack of a better term. He's still seen as, okay, single, Black. Keith is also gay. So that's a whole other layer. We work with the fact that Keith is not just Black, but he's gay and he's single. So that's, in the adoption business, in this heteronormative world in which we still exist, he's a triple minority going up against these almost, he can't get past it. Walls at every turn.
Say that, walls. And so Ryan is heterosexual.
Yes.
Okay. Well, no, because you did say, did you say he's married? Ryan is married.
Yes, he is going. He's
not
going
that
through.
That he was heterosexual, but
yes, he is going through the throes of his wife no longer being with him. Yes.
Okay. Wow. As we're talking about this, I was going to ask. Well, I will ask, what does the play portray in terms of financial insecurity and fatherhood? Like in what ways does the play address that, and how does it demonstrate that, and how does it relate to today's society?
Well, I think that it most simply it holds a mirror up and it shines some light on just the fact that we still live in a world that favors the haves and does not favor the have-nots. So when you have the money and when you have the social capital and when you are viewed by the larger outside world as respectable, you have an easier time getting what you want out of this world. And when you are different in some kind of way, it's almost assumed that because you don't fit the boxes, because you don't check everything, on that index, that you might not be the best candidate to be a parent. Regardless of the love that you can give and regardless of how much you're willing to fight for the life of someone who is not yourself, if you are not on paper a picture perfect parent because of your finances or your social standing or what have you, you still might not be able to have that dream of having the family. It speaks to sort of, is the love I can give enough? If I can't give a nice roof with it, or if I can't, be socially acceptable to go with it, it takes those really important core details of what it means to love a child, and then it shows you everything that you have to fight with just to be given the privilege of loving a child.
Mm-hmm. So I'm curious to know too, since you shared with us that Keith is a gay Black man, how deeply do we get to explore that? Does he talk about that? Is there a demonstration of how he navigates the world, before we get to him advocating for Ryan? Is there a demonstration
Oh
of
yes.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to give you too much,
No.
but you, but I will say through the problems and the trials and tribulations that Keith experiences because of his demographics, you get to go all the way back in Keith's life. You get to really ride that wave with him up until the moment that Keith and Ryan are on stage together. So it's not like there aren't like sort of time trap. That's not what we're doing. We're not time traveling in the play, but we do very specifically address Keith's experiences coming up in this community of Twin Falls, Idaho, where there is nobody like him, and he still made the choice to be his authentic self, and he still makes the choice to be his authentic self and to stay there and to not be scared off when he could have gone to any of the coastal cities in which many people run to for a sense of belonging. He stayed right where he was, and he fought for what he knew was his.
Well, that's a constant fight. Yeah, I'm sorry to have interjected. That's a constant fight. So so that speaks volumes right there. I do have actually a question from one of our family members, Rick. Rick, I'm so sorry that I missed your call, but Rick from Germany called, and he called in to ask Isaiah if you saw Perfect World by Kevin Costner, and he's curious to know that if you did see it, what you thought.
I actually have not seen that.
I'm not familiar with Perfect World. See now, Rick,
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Me too. I was thinking the same thing. I have to look that up. I'm gonna look that up.
I love a recommendation.
As do I. And our family members, they do recommend some good stuff. So thank you for that, Rick. I'm sorry that I missed your call, and I'm also sorry that I am not familiar, but I will be. I will be, because I'm going to look it up. I do want to share that Heather Wilson is checking in. Hey, beautiful. She's my friend from childhood. Hey,
Heather. Hello, Heather.
She's sending good evening to all. And Sandra Streeter. Hey there. Hey, Sandy. She says good evening. Good evening. Yes, good evening to you, beloved. And she says, listen, I'm sending blessings to each and every one of you this evening, and I love it. Sandra, we're sending them right back to you always. Okay. Always. We love the love. Family, for those of you who have just joined us, welcome. We're so happy to have you here. We always are. We are, because it's love and nothing but love here. But welcome to Love and Life right here on WURD. We are talking with Isaiah Caleb Stanley. And he is, didn't I told you, family, we were going to dig deep. I wanted to know all about the play, A Case for the Existence of God. I want to talk about that title when we come back, actually. But family, for those of you who may have a question or a comment or anything, you're welcome to the conversation. You can always join the conversation, and you can do so by calling us and dialing 215-634-8065. You can even call us toll free at 1-866-361-0900. And you can always feel free to comment on our socials, and I promise I will do my best to read it aloud on the air. I want to go back to Rick. Rick, I did not wish you a happy holiday season. I do hope and pray that you and yours are having a wonderful holiday season. I really do. And again, I'm so sorry that I missed your call. So Isaiah, it sounds to me now, we're about to go to commercial break, but I'm going to leave you with this question before we go to commercial break, because I'm listening to, we talked about some of the bodies of work in which you've been. Is it a mission of yours to choose or go after roles that educate? And if so, how important is that to you? I'm going to leave you with that question, or those questions, as a matter of fact, before we go to the commercial break. Family, stay with us. Whatever you do, know that the phone lines are open and know that you can feel free to continue to comment on our socials. And again, in all of that, whatever you do, stay with us because we are coming right back.
Here's what you missed on Wake Up with Word.
In 2024, hope won't come from political promises, celebrity gossip, or social media. No, we'll get our hope from each other because we can share joy with each other. We can share laughter with each other. In struggle, we can lean on each other and we can win battles with each other. We have to understand that truth because we've seen what happens when we don't. Shootings and injustice happen, broken families happen, damaged communities happen, and people's lives are destroyed. But when we come together, the possibilities are endless, and in that possibility is hope. So in 2024, I hope we'll stop talking long enough to listen. I hope we'll listen well enough to understand. I hope our understanding will be deep enough to bring change, and I hope that change will make a difference. I hope that when we take a step forward, another step will follow. And when we reach out for those we love, they'll reach back for us. That's the 2024 I hope for. Let's pray it's the 2024 we'll get.
Tune in to Wake Up with Word with Solomon Jones every Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on WURD. Progressive Black Talk Media.
If you don't have health insurance right now, this message from United Healthcare is for you. With United Healthcare Community Plan Medicaid coverage, you get all the regular Medicaid benefits like doctor visits, prescription drugs, and hospital care. Plus, you get a lot of extras you can only get from United Healthcare. That includes the One Pass All-in-One Fitness Program. At no cost to you, One Pass helps you work out how, when, and where you want to. You can visit many local gyms such as Planet Fitness, Anytime Fitness, and LA Fitness. You can even visit more than one gym on the same day or on multiple days. Prefer to stay home? OnePass has you covered with thousands of live online classes, well-being programs, and customizable workout plans. To learn more, visit uhccp.com/PA. That's uhccp.com/PA.
The holiday season is fast approaching, and the Fresh Grocer of Monument, 4160 Monument Road, will cover all Philadelphia beverage taxable items starting November 3rd to January 4th. This is our gift to you. This offering is for soda, juices, and other family staples. Available only at the Fresh Grocer, 4160 Monument Road. Stock up now for your Thanksgiving, Christmas gatherings, or your company's holiday parties. And most of all, spread the word.
Stand on the shoulders of women who came before us.
Women who fought for their own financial futures.
And now it's our turn.
Join us. Visit WeSaySaveIt.org and take control of your financial future by saving for retirement.
A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Word Radio is sharing a harvest for the world. Now through December 31st, visit wordradio.com to find information on upcoming Give Back events in the Philadelphia area. If your organization is hosting free clothing giveaways, food drives, free workshops, community dinners, and more, please share the details using the form on our website. Visit wordradio.com and look for the Harvest banner. It's harvest time, and we're sharing information on those giving back to the community. The Harvest is brought to you by Comcast, PECO, Keystone First, and the United Way. We are WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Merry Christmas!
This is Fahim Gori, your Wake Up with Word producer, saying happy holidays to you and yours.
Happy holidays from WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love is.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. I do want to share that our family members are continuing to check in Frey, I have missed you. Alfredia Lismore is checking in. Frey, I've missed you so. I've missed you so. I hope that your holiday season is coming along well. She shares good evening, family. She just wants to say thank you for love and life. Thank you for the love and life family for an amazing 2023. May God continue to bless each of us in abundance in everything in 2024. And she's sharing that she received a message from Dylan Swain, our very own Dylan, and he's doing well and he looks good as a soldier. She sends all the best with smiles to all of us. Thank you so much, Frey, for that update. I did talk to Dylan the other day too. I forgot. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. And he's coming along well. He cannot wait to get back, as a matter of fact. In this hour, we are talking with Isaiah Caleb Stanley, and he is talking about the play in which he is currently, which is titled A Case for the Existence of God. Yes. Before the commercial break, I asked Isaiah if it was a mission of his to choose or go after roles that educate. And if so, how important it is to him, because I'm looking at the bodies of work that we've talked about in this hour, and they all have some they have an educational feel and approach to them. So, and I love that, though. I do love that. So, the question.
Wow, on the commercial break, I said, let me really think about this. I don't know if it was ever a super intentional thing, at least not in the beginning, to take on roles that sort of had a deeper meaning beyond going and having a nice, enjoyable night at the theater. But as I've gotten older, I just recently turned 30 this past summer, and just trying to understand my own artistry every day more and more, I've realized that it is my responsibility as an artist to not just give these wonderful audiences that I'm so grateful and blessed to be able to perform for something to enjoy, but also something to think about. It makes the work that much more rewarding. Anytime we are able to step into this space outside of ourselves in a way that isn't selfish, making the focus solely about ourselves as, the actor, the career actor, it leads to burnout. You can really become tired faster than if you're just trying to work for the sake of working and not having a deeper connection to your work. And so, especially in this last year, every role that I've been able and blessed to have, it has, if it wasn't educational when I took the job, I found a way to say, and also you should be thinking about this even after we're gone, even after the show is over. Make sure, to check on your fellow person, or make sure that you're not mistreating your community. Like, there's always something else that we can offer you beyond a show.
I love that. I love that. That was it right there. There's always something we can offer you beyond a show. I love that. So I'm curious to know. I keep repeating the title of the play, A Case for the Existence of God. I have two questions that I'm sure our family members would like to know the answer to. One of which is where we can see the play and how we find out more about where we can see the play. And the other is I want to know if the cast had a conversation about the title alone of the play, because it's such a strong title. It's a meaningful title.
Yes. Well, anybody who is interested in seeing our production, you are able to see it starting January 4th at Theater Exile on South 13th Street. And tickets are available now at theaterexile.org. And as far as the title of the play, I got this script back in, I want to say maybe July or August, and when Matt Pfeiffer, the director, sent it to me, I mean, before I even opened the file, looking at the title, I was floored. I said, "Oh, this is going to be different. You know, this isn't a let me get out there and do my 1-2. This is going to take something. This is going to cost something,
Right.
emotionally." And there are days in that rehearsal room where it bleeds over, it spills out, and the sheer gravity of what these characters experience. I mean, Keith and Ryan, at every turn, they are getting more or less beaten by life circumstances, and they don't know what to turn to other than the fact that they have each other. They have each other to hold on to, and what does that mean in the throes of misery, and when life is not letting up, knowing that when on your worst day there is one person who will understand. That is a case for the existence of God. That you are able to find, even on your worst day, some kind of solace. Even if you don't feel better, you feel okay. And that I don't want to start reciting the script, but but there is a focus and an emphasis on, yes, you can be happy, but when you're not happy, can you still be okay? And what does that illustrate, in the larger, in the world outside of ourselves, in another dimension? Is there something that we can cling to?
Wow.
That makes it all right, even if it's not good.
That's important. With everything that you just said, that is important. That is so important. I love that. So you did mention that Keith, the character that you portray, advocates for Ryan. So Ryan leans on Keith for strength and support. Does it go both ways? Are they both supporting one another?
Oh, absolutely. I think just Keith's character, with his fancy career and his background of privilege, I don't think he necessarily realizes that he does need people. I think he's gotten so used to being strong, or at least he's gotten so used to looking like he's strong, that when things go left, he doesn't have a choice. He doesn't have a choice but to go to, on a remote level, understand what he's going through. He's a character that walks around very bottled up, in his outer world, just to hold it together, just to get from one moment to the next. He's the kind of guy who wakes up in the morning and says, "How am I going to do it this time? How am I going to do it today? Will I make it in one piece today?" And regardless of what he has, regardless of what he's been materially blessed with, he doesn't realize up until a certain point that he still needs somebody, no matter what form that takes.
Right.
And so, as we work through this plot, and by the time we get to the end, a very strong bond is created because they don't have a choice. And if they did, if things were even a little more easy for one or both of them, who's to say whether they would have found this oasis of friendship?
How about that? How about that? Wow. So the last question I have for you is what would you like to be the takeaway for the audience? What would you like the audience to take away from this play, this production, this body of work?
Well, I think that the most important message of this play that I've discovered just in working with it is that no matter the outward appearance, no matter the form that any kind of relationship takes, we are always better and stronger together. Whether we want to believe that or not, we are always better together, and that we all deserve to be seen. We all deserve to have somewhere to lay it down. And I think another important part, that I think a lot of people, especially in this climate and in this economy, that I think that something that they can all understand is, no matter what you have, no matter, what material goods you bring to the table, that is never enough to define your worth. as long as you have love and goodness to give, that is enough.
Wow. You know what, Isaiah? I am so enjoyed our conversation. I just thank you so much. I do want to share Alfredia Frey is sharing. Congratulations, Isaiah, on your play. I pray
Oh,
all
thank
of you have
you.
poured into it and it will be displayed and received in front of many sold out crowds. I just love that. And Frey also shares Isaiah to not be happy, but still be okay. That is so profound and a word and truth, isn't it, Frey? Yes, it is. I know. Yes, it is. Smitty is joining us. Hi there, Smitty. He's sharing. Hello, everybody. Everybody have a blessed night, family. Just sending all our gratitude, my gratitude especially to you, Isaiah. Thank you so much for joining us. I do hope you will come back to visit with us again. And welcome to Philly. Welcome to Philadelphia,
gladly.
the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection. We welcome you and are happy to have you here. Congrats on your play. We are looking forward to your return. And thank you so much for coming to visit with us. Family, stay with us because it's Thursday. So you know what that means. Thursdays with Dr. Z in our next hour. Stay with us because we're coming right back.
It's the WURD Hot 60. Hot 60. Here's the hottest 60 seconds you missed this week on The Source.
This is why I say to us as a people that we have to find grace for each other. Let's not hold each other to the same standards that we're holding everybody else, because everybody else had the generational equity, the generational wealth, the amount of forgiveness and giving all these things to make their businesses and their lives run solidly, when we don't have any of those things. We're still trying to figure out how to hold on to a house when mama or grandmama dies in the city of Philadelphia and anywhere else in the world. We've been so behind the 8 ball. So when you see a business up and running, and if they miss the mark somewhere, do not go tearing them down. Because the minute you do that, remember, we don't get a second or a third or a fourth or a fifth or a sixth chance. It is important. And I'm telling you, it's part of the reason, Sharif, as much as all y'all talk about, you're a mini celebrity in Philadelphia and people love you. Yeah, people love you until they don't.
And that's the hottest 60 seconds this week on The Source on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Word Radio Digital Tip of the Month with Stephanie Humphrey is brought to you by Comcast.
Did you know that as long as you have a cell phone that still works, you can call 911? Even if you don't have a phone plan for that particular smartphone, if you can turn the phone on and charge the battery, you can dial 911. However, there are some limitations. Since you don't have a service plan on the cell phone, the 911 operator won't be able to call you back if they need to. Also, depending on how old the phone is, it might not have the updated GPS technology that emergency responders would need to determine your location. But if you have an old phone laying around the house anyway, it's not a bad idea to keep it charged just in case of an emergency. Having another way to call 911 as a backup could come in handy because you never know when you might need it. Stay tuned to WURD for more tech tips and stay connected with us at wordradio.com.
Tune in to EcoWord Magazine, hosted by POC, the first Friday at 11 a.m. for the PA Lottery EcoWord Tip of the Day. Brought to you by PA Lottery, benefiting older Pennsylvanians every day.
Teachers shape the future. Right now, in a classroom somewhere in the United States, there's a teacher inspiring a future scientist who will make preventing pandemics their life's work. Sharpening the mind of an aspiring environmentalist who'll help combat climate change. And generating possibilities for a student who'll be the first in their family to graduate college. Explore a career that leaves a legacy you can be proud of. Teach. Learn more and receive free support at teach.org.
Attention WURD community. From December 1st through December 31st, we've got a special gift just for you. Sign up for a Word membership during this exclusive period and enjoy a fabulous 50% off any one item in the Word online store. That's right. Whether it's a Word sweater, crew neck is my favorite, or anything else in our store, it's all yours at half price when you become a member this December. Your membership not only unlocks incredible discounts, but it also supports the uplifting Black Talk media you love. It's a win-win, so don't miss out on this limited time offer. Visit wordradio.com and sign up for a membership today.
This is your celebration.
I am Eternal Polk, and I'm Mark House. From the film Gaining Ground, The Fight for Black Land, we want to wish WURD
a happy 20th anniversary.
Word.
Hey everyone, my name is Ricky Brown, the Community Engagement Specialist for Philadelphia Parks and Recreation, and I want to say happy 20th anniversary to WURD Radio.
Hi, my name is Osaze, and I'm here to wish WURD a happy 20th year anniversary, and they're really important in the community, and we need them, especially Shamari.
We're celebrating 20 years of progressive Black Talk Media. Habaragani, it's the third day of Kwanzaa. Today's principle is Ujima, meaning collective work and responsibility. This is the home of progressive Black Talk Media, WURD, 900 AM and 96.1 FM, Philadelphia. Streaming online at wordradio.com and the WURD Radio app.
Let me tell you something, and don't you ever forget it. Success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. Welcome to the top of the second hour of Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. I so enjoyed that conversation that we just had with Isaiah Caleb Stanley. I will make sure that he gets the love that was shared with him. Malcolm, I see that. He shared, welcome to Philly, bro. And so did Frey. She said, yes, 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 yes. I love that. I love the love that we have, family. Miss Julie shared a message as well. She shares, I agree with you, Carol. The book does have an interesting dialogue. And quite naturally, the staging of the characters portrayed will tug at the emotions of the audience, either similar to their own experience or someone they know. Good to know Dylan is doing well. Thanks, Frey. And hello, everybody. That's what she shares. I know you know that I have some housekeeping that I have to get out of the way before we have our conversation with Dr. Z. So here it comes. The first thing that I want to share with you is about the Philadelphia mayoral inauguration. Join us, family, on WURD Radio Tuesday, January 2nd at 10 a.m. for a special live broadcast of the inauguration of Mayor-elect Sherelle Parker, hosted by our very own beloved Reality Check's Tanya Pendleton and City Council Live's Ernest Owens. This historic ceremony will also feature the swearing in of the new city council and naming of Kenyatta Johnson as the next city council president. Tune in to WURD's live coverage starting at 10 a.m. on WURD Radio, Progressive Black Talk Media. I also want to share with you that WURD Radio is sharing a harvest for the world. As you know, now through December 31st, visit wordradio.com to find information on upcoming Give Back events in the Philadelphia area. If your organization is hosting free clothing giveaways, food drives, free workshops, community dinners, and more, please share the details using the form on our website. Simply visit wordradio.com/theharvest and look for the harvest banner. It is harvest time, family, and we're sharing information on those giving back to the community. The harvest is brought to you by Comcast, Pico, Keystone First, and the United Way. We're WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Attention, WURD. That's right, because I have something else that I want to share with you. Our mission to reach 2,000 members is reaching its final stretch, and we still need your support now more than ever. December 31st is the deadline, and your membership is vital to keeping Black Talk Media strong. So if you've been a loyal listener for some time, this is the moment your love for the station can be made known. We want to continue giving the community a trustworthy space to share freely and become informed consistently. So, become a member today, enjoy exclusive benefits, and help us make history together. Family, don't wait. Visit wordradio.com right now. And I also want to check to see if you have been tuning in to Cafe Mocha. Yes. Tune in to Cafe Mocha every Sunday from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Cafe Mocha is radio from a woman's perspective. Check out the flavor from the hosts, comedian and actress Lonnie Love, hip hop legend Yo Yo, and broadcast veteran Angelique Perrin, as they all bring their own points of view to today's issues, social commentary, celebrity interviews, and self help advice. All of this wrapped in soundtracks of urban contemporary music. Family, let's Cafe Mocha. Sundays at 8 p.m. only on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. So, for those of you who are unaware or unfamiliar, I was sharing with you that on Thursdays, we have what we call Thursdays with Dr. Z in our 8 o'clock hour. I love it. I love it. I love it. We get our, mental health checkup. I love it. I really do. I love her. Dr. Z is the executive director for Sunrise Community of Pennsylvania. She's also a lifelong student of human behavior and social interaction, with well over 15 years of experience as an accomplished trainer, professional speaker, and supervisor in the field of human services. Family, I invite you to the conversation with our very own Dr. Zenida Driver. Hey there, Dr. Z.
Hello, Carol. How are you?
I will not complain. I feel like it's been months.
Forever. Okay, so I said that. I said, I feel like I haven't seen Carol on air in a long time.
I know. Happy belated birthday. Let me tell you, I was all prepared. I had, like balloons and video and all. I couldn't get it together today, but
that's okay. It's okay. I feel the virtual love.
When I just said it, I said, why would you say anything? Why did you say anything? Like, why did you do that? But welcome. We have so missed you. I know that I have. As a matter of fact, one of our family members is calling in. Ron is calling. Ron, hi there. Thank you so much for calling and welcome.
Hello, Dr. Z and
Hi,
Cal.
Ron.
Hi,
yes,
Ron.
ma'am. How before I get started, how's your family member doing that you're taking care of?
She's doing well, Ron. Thank you for always asking.
Yes, ma'am. That's very good to hear, Dr. Z. Dr. Z, what you're giving, that's the gift of life. And on your birthday, Cal got us sticker. People called in and was talking about Dr. Z. Zoom, zoom, zoom. There goes Dr. Z. And it was very uplifting. But I want to deviate a question I want to say to the listening audience with Malcolm and some of the other gentlemen that listen in along with the ladies. I would like to make something that we could recommend. Last night, Cal was at a low point in her life, and I heard her, and I didn't sleep at all. And the people would ask me, well, Ryan, why do you feel this way about Cal? Dr. Z, Cal gave me what the ladies that raised me give me. When I was 3 months of age, somewhere around that area there, Cal giving this to me. What is this you're talking about? Why are you connected with this person like that? I know the sounds of voice can often be altered. And because of it, this lady here brought back so many memories. I never talk out of order, Dr. Z. I never made any suggestions about a relationship, nothing like that. It's because of her words. And when she heard me speak, she began to put it together. And that's why she never made reference to anything I said or anything that someone else said. That taught me something right there. And I said to Cal, in this life, you're very fortunate. And I want to be careful what I'm about to say. Anytime a man, my age, would be at one of her events and she was performing, and I pulled my chair up front, and I uttered these words. I said, Cal, show me mercy. I'm not talking about some boyfriend or something like that or being in a relationship with you. And she's never said nothing. She heard that. And I tell her what I meant by that, these things I'm talking about. And when I heard last night she was sad, I felt so helpless. One time, she was, when she had a program on at nighttime, people couldn't call in. And she was feeling sad the next morning. I've been looking for her. And I told her family, I don't do things inappropriate, ma'am. And I wanted to see her, to feel this spiritual energy that I have. Not touching her. What a gift of life. I never knew this person, ma'am. But what she did for me, the lady that raised me, ma'am, showed me this mercy with which I'm talking about. So I'm saying tonight to Malcolm and all of this inner audience, on Love of Life, let us take and go to that candle shop. We meet down there. I think it's on the South Street. And let us buy candles and give to one another for this candle and light these candles with the eternal love that come from us. To say thank you, Cal. To say thank you. She's always about with education, ma'am. Education. And she's not so educated till she's uneducated and insensitive. And I always say, the words that you say to someone, who wouldn't care if I don't use love, ma'am? Who wouldn't care for a person like that? And I say, she will, as long as I live, she will have someone to care for her. I'm not talking no fools. I know plenty of women about want that stuff. But this has one word, sensitivity can wipe away someone's tears or fears. And then again, what you do for that lady to your loved one in your home, Dr. Z, what you do for this lady here, that home care, we're going to need more of that going into the next year of taking care of your loved ones and caring for them, their home or whatever, or visiting them and stuff. It will never, because when you give love, you get it back. That love in the form of sacrifice or sacrifice to something else, ma'am. So I get off this to say to myself, I'm happy in this life. I asked Carol, Dr. Z, the other day, what does these words mean? The one that the songwriter wrote, Ave Maria, this child can save me. Everything starts with the childhood, after coming out of the mother's womb, going through the process. And because a child with something in them that have beauty, may not have education, may not have none of those things of institution, indoctrination, you can touch their soul and change their life. And with your loved one, Dr. Z, that they're in the house, I don't need to know how old she is. You need to give her all the time, along with if she's taking any meds, you need to just give her a hug. Give her a hug, beloved. It can really does what no other meds can do. So we're glad to have you back. And with your training, Doc, I know you get trained in that work that you do, Doc, but it's got to be the goodness that's in you, ma'am. The divineness that's in you. It's not the divineness in your family and everyone else. And I call the lady's name that raised me. Her name was Miss Marie Lewis. Look at that name, Marie. Like Ave Maria, put that name together there. And what she did for me in my life, ma'am, I will never be the same. And I close with this. And when she got sick, it was Ryan that took care of her, took care of her personal for what she was going through before she left this world. So thank you, blessed all the givers. Consider Mr. Malcolm and all of us, we get together and buy some candles and give to one another. And the candles will come from the eternal flame that is in us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you so much. Thank you as always. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm so full right now. I am really, really full. And everything you just said touched on so many things that I'm feeling and that I'm dealing with right now. So it just hit me in a totally different way. But I thank you so much for caring. Number one, thank you for expressing. Thank you for pouring into both Dr. Z and I positively, as always, because you always do, and to all of us, not just me and but all of us. So thank you so much. I so appreciate you. Ron broke me down at hello. Oh my goodness, Dr. Z, help me. Oh my goodness.
It's so good, and it's so okay to release those feelings and emotions. I see you over there trying to hold it, Carol, but you don't have to hold it. It's okay.
Oh
You're right. It's so
gosh.
needed at times to hear those kind words and just to be reminded, especially if people, as we go, right? The new year is coming. We just are nonstop. It's nothing wrong with embracing it and hearing it and feeling the emotion.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're helping someone else as you help yourself today.
I am so heavy right now. I'm so heavy. So that just, it meant a lot. So just carrying a lot. Not that anybody else isn't. It's because of family. I know, you all have a lot with which you are dealing and navigating. And, we're all going about our day. Just trying. Well, you know what we're doing, as I'm being reminded, we're doing. So, but and I think what's overcoming me right now is that I did not even realize how full I am because, you just get used to doing what you do when you okay, well, that has to be taken care of, that has to be done, or what have you. So I knew, like I said, I had a moment I was sharing earlier. I had a moment in my car. I sat in the car and had a moment today. I had a good little cry today, and I thought I was okay. I thought I was recharged, and I'm still there. I am still there.
That is, and that's a good thing, and kind of goes right into what we're going to talk about today, Carol. And it just fits because there's a word in the Bible, and many of us I know heard it, says Selah. Selah means pause and think about it, right? And as we are reflecting and we're coming to the end of a year, we're looking at our highs, we're looking at our lows, we're looking at everything in between. We sometimes have to pause and think about it. And sometimes that pause will allow us to cry. Sometimes that pause will make us angry. Sometimes that pause, we may laugh. But it's so important for us to have what I like to call a Selah moment where we pause and think about it. And so I always see people say in the car is the best place, in the driveway, in front of the door. You have some of the best moments just sitting by yourself. But a lot of times people do what you just did, Carol. They don't allow themselves to embrace it. They fight it. They don't want to let it out. Let it out.
I can't.
Release it. It's okay. It's so okay. It is so okay. And it's so healthy to do that.
Excuse me. Because I always feel like I'm the hamster on the wheel, and I feel like, okay, this has to be done, that has to be done, that has to be done, and if I take a moment to feel, then I'm going to be less effective at what it is that I have to do. I know that makes absolutely no sense, but in my spirit, no, I have to stay. I just have to stay. In this moment, I have to take care of what needs to be done, and there's so much that needs to be done right now by me that I feel like, okay, no, you can't feel just yet. Not just yet. And I know how crazy that sounds, but it sometimes helps me to get done whatever it is that I have to get done. And right now.
And that's not crazy, Carol. Sometimes, you say you don't want to feel. Sometimes for me, I have to take time to think about things, right? I schedule time. This may sound crazy to others. I schedule time in my day. People who are close to me will know. My family will tell you. I'll say, I don't have space in my mind to think about that right now because my mind is already consumed with maybe 50 other things or 20 other things, 10 other things, or maybe one big thing. I have to schedule time. So I may say, tonight I'm going to sit with this thought. I'm going to schedule time to focus on this because sometimes the thing that you have to think about, you're right, Carol, it can interfere with your normal day-to-day things. However, the biggest part and the most important part of that is actually taking time to think about it. Because what ends up happening is we put it in the back of our mind, we don't deal with it, and that only impacts our mind, our brain, our emotions, our actions in so many other ways later on down the line. So it's nothing wrong with saying I don't want to deal with that right now. It's just that eventually we have to be able to deal with it or look at it or reflect on it.
Yeah, you're right about that. You're right. It's it's a lot. Family. Oh, hi there, family. You see that? Ron said hello and broke me all the way down. Heavens to Murgatroyd. I sure did. And that meant I was right at the tip of the iceberg. But actually in this moment I'm feeling the need to kind of share with you all. So I will do so after we come back from the commercial break. Stay with us, family, because we're coming right back.
Stay connected on the go with the new and improved WURD Radio app. Search WURD Radio in your app store. Stream every show with increased clarity. Easily access WURD TV, EcoWord, and Livelihood. Start or renew your 4-word membership and buy WURD swag. Remember, Black Media Matters. Get the new and improved WURD Radio app today. Available on Google Play and the Apple App Store.
Staying healthy and independent means staying up to date on recommended vaccinations for COVID, flu, RSV, and more. Get help finding appointments, getting to appointments, or connecting to a variety of other community services that allow you to live your best life through PA Link. PA Link is Pennsylvania's one-stop shop for seniors and adults living with disabilities. Call the PA Link helpline at 800-753-8827.
Supported by a grant from the Administration for Community Living, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Tune in every Saturday at 4 p.m. for the Did You Know Show with host Bryant Green, right here on WURD 96.1 FM and 900 AM.
I need a tax preparer. How should I choose one?
Using a paid tax preparer this year? Before paying someone to do your taxes, make sure they're qualified. Ask about their fees, experience, and training. Check with a Better Business Bureau. Avoid anyone who promises a higher refund. And review your tax return before you sign it. And make sure your preparer signs it too. For more tips, visit irs.gov and search Choosing a Preparer.
Tune in to WURD Radio Tuesday, January 2nd at 10 a.m. for a special live broadcast of the inauguration of Mayor-elect Sherelle Parker. Hosted by Reality Check's Tanya Pendleton and City Council Live's Curtis Owens. This historical ceremony will feature the swearing in of the new City Council and naming of Kenyatta Johnson as the next City Council President. Tune in to WURD's live coverage starting at 10 a.m. on WURD Radio, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Merry Christmas!
Hi, this is Sandra Ali, wishing you and your family a safe and joyous holiday season. Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy holidays from WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. It is Thursday, so here we are talking with Dr. Z in this hour. I was sharing before the break that, you know, I am feeling heavy and I am feeling slightly, well, I'm feeling full. I'm feeling very full and my heart is heavy. But I know I share with you all that the holidays are, they like my moods go up and down because I lost my mother in 2018. Yesterday was the anniversary of her death. But there's a family member with whom I'm very close, who was very close to my mother. They were two peas in a pod. And she would always help me. She's helped me throughout my entire life. But we always lean on each other during the holidays. We always check in. You okay? You all right? You okay? You good? And she became ill. So I've been navigating that, and I didn't want her to see me sad. So I've been with her every day, and I don't want her to see me sad. I haven't wanted her to see me sad, but at the same time, I'm trying to be strong for her, but I'm trying to be strong for me. And so when Ron was talking, and it just really, I could identify and relate with everything he was saying, and it just felt, it just felt different. It just felt so different. So just to share with you all, family, because I'm very transparent, and I do share with you all. But yeah, so when I wasn't with you all last week, that's what I was doing when I was saying life was just doing what life does. But she's okay, but just trying to navigate it, and whatever I did for my mother, I do. Whatever I do for my mother, I do for her. Whatever I did for my mother, I did for her. And that didn't stop when my mother was no longer here. So I'm used to being with her on the holidays. I'm used to doing for her. So it just hit me. But look at this. This is not why you were here tonight, Dr. Z.
And it's okay. My favorite line. It's okay.
Oh,
because
my
that is
goodness.
why I am here. This is why I'm here. Because the feelings that you have, Carol, is feelings that so many carry around the holidays. And sometimes the holidays are exciting for some people, and sometimes the holidays are emotional. And whatever it is, it's okay for you to go through it. It's not, we don't want to go through it, right? But unfortunately, we go through hard things. And what I want to say to you is, and I see someone wrote that in the comment, we're not superhumans all the time, right? You are a phenomenal singer doing phenomenal things all over the world, but you're also human. And humans have big feelings. And sometimes those big feelings take a hold of us. But when we're superhumans in our mind and in our actions, we don't allow our feelings to be real, and we don't sit with them. And I want to keep saying it is okay. Say that, Carol. It is okay. It is okay. It is okay. And you have listeners who are chiming in. We are all here for you. Whatever I'm going to talk about, all of it ties in, Carol. It's okay. It's okay. And we send you love. We understand, some of us, what that feels like to be going through grief while embracing the holiday. And that's what you're experiencing, grief during the holiday season.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. This is not what I had planned. Oh my family, I'm afraid to read your comments because I'm so in my feelings right now. But I so truly do appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. You know I do. You know I do. You know I do. I'm just fighting, trying to feel all of this right now.
Carol, you want me to read the comments to you today? You want to switch roles today, Carol?
No.
Because we want love on you. Word listeners, we love on Carol today. She's going to get all the love. Send her love, family. Family. Let's bombard her with love and remind her that it is okay.
Oh my goodness.
It's okay.
No. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. Y'all, I'm a hot mess. I'm a hot mess right now. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I do.
Carol,
I really do appreciate it.
You want to hear these good comments? These are
No.
You have people telling them they love you.
I love you. You know I do.
I'm gonna be Carol for this moment. Nasir Butler, he says, "We your word family, we love you, Sister Carol." Just Rick, he says, "Good evening, Carol. Welcome to the family. To myself, thank you for this incredible advice. It's good to hear this going into the new year. And this part I think is great. Crying is human, laughing is human, and being true to your emotion is human as well. We love you, Carol. Period. Like it or not, we love you. Okay." Malcolm White, he says, "I understand your heavy heart, Carol. He's been there. He understands. He gets it. He empathizes with you." Harry, he says, "May God comfort you, Carol." Just Rick says, "Being true to your emotions is superhuman." Harry also says, "We are here for you." Joey says, "Thank you, Dr. Z, because we are going to give you the love. You're going to get the love, Carol, whether you like it or not." Carol, be sure that you and your family have a girls' night weekend, a few of your favorite movie snacks, and have that good weeping session, leaning on one another, choosing movies that engages conversation, matching emotions to what you can talk about as you grapple this hard time together.
Oh my goodness. Yes, you know that that comment right there, my what my family member said, "I'm going to buy some bonbons." She said, "I don't even know what a bonbon is, but we're going to," she said, "we're going to eat bonbons." I said, "Okay, all right, let's eat some bonbons." So thank you. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I just I can't thank you enough. Thank you. Thank you so much. Today today was that day where I just my cup runneth over. Like I felt so heavy, so overwhelmed, so emotional, just trying to process everything, and trying. This is something that I always try to do. I'm always trying to control my emotions instead of just feeling and allowing myself to feel, as you all just witnessed. But oh my goodness. But when you're trying to be there for someone else, you just, well, I can't. I have to. And this is what happens at the most inopportune moment. I break down.
And that speaks to the necessity of scheduling time to embrace your thoughts, your feelings, and your emotions. Because when we don't allow ourselves to do that, it will force itself into our life at times in which sometimes we don't want it to. It will come out in various ways. And so we have to be okay with allowing ourselves not to be okay. It's okay to say this is hard. It's okay to say I can't deal with this, or I don't even want to deal with this, or why is this happening to me, or why is this happening, period. It's okay to have those feelings and embrace it, because when we hold on to it, when we don't process it, I'm always talking about therapy. When we don't talk it out, maybe with a therapist, or as someone shared, with a close loved one, it doesn't do our body good at all. It's a book that I love. I reference it all the time. It says the body keeps score. And when we hold on to things that bothers us mentally, it impacts aspects of our body physiologically. And so we have to mentally process our thoughts, process our feelings, process our emotions, so that it doesn't impact us in other ways. But guess what? Even if it does impact us, even if you are crying, Carol, that's okay. That's okay.
Well, I must say that I do feel better. So thank you. Thank you all for that, because I do. I was holding all of that in, and thank you. Just thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you. I mean that so much. So much. Thank you for pouring into me as well. Uh Thank you. Thank you for pouring into me positively, because that means so much to me too. I you know. So thank y'all. Oh, family. I know I talk with you all, and I'm always asking each and every one of you to help those of our family members whose hearts are heavy, or whose lights are shining dimly, and I was so trying not to feel. I was trying not to just feel everything that that I'm feeling. I was just trying not to feel it. And so I say to any of you who are doing the same thing, don't do it. It's something with which I struggle because I do it. I happen to do it. It's a habit of mine. It's a habit. It really is. But you don't want to be like me. You don't want to start crying in inopportune moments. You don't want that to happen. You definitely don't want that to happen. But at the same time, I am working on it. I am. I promise I am. I am working on trying to feel and allow myself to feel. I just was just holding a lot in today.
And that's a good thing to take into the new year, right? A new goal for ourselves, a new way of looking at life. I'm going to feel my emotions. I'm going to sit with my emotion. And sometimes sitting with your emotion sometimes means unplugging from the world temporarily. Sometimes it means not showing up for other people if you can in that moment, because the worst thing we can do is be everything to the world and to everyone else while we're hurting and breaking down on the inside. And so it's okay to say, I have to unplug. I have to sit with this thought. I have to sit with this emotion. And what I often encourage people to do is once you sit with the emotion and the thought and the feelings, whatever it is, if you start to see that you can't let it go, if you start to see that it's impacting some aspect of your everyday life, then you may need to reach out to a professional, someone that can help you deal with it in a therapeutic way, because we deal with big problems as humans. We can be superhuman all day, but sometimes we have some big problems and with some big stressors, and we're not sure how to deal with it or how to navigate our way through it.
Dr. Z, was that what
That
you
you tied it all in, Carol, today. You tied it all in. That's all we was going to talk about today is what are we expecting to do next year? What are we looking forward to? So today, Carol, we learned, the listeners of WURD Radio, that going into the new year, you're going to allow yourself to have emotion and you're going to feel the emotion. Embrace the
Oh
emotion.
my goodness. I did
That is
not.
what we're going to talk about today. You did it. You did it in a different way, but we did it.
How about that? Oh, y'all know I did not expect this. I did not. But you know what? Here we are. I mean, I do listen. I do tell you I'm very transparent. Y'all know that. And I guess you saw it today if you never saw it before. But yeah.
That's what makes your segment great, because it's real. It's a real segment. It's honest, it's open. People can feel comfortable with sharing and talking. So that's what makes you so phenomenal, Carol.
My goodness.
Your ability. People want to know that they are interacting with another real person, right? That is not a fabrication of some life that they cannot relate to. You are a human with real feelings like every one of us.
Wow, this is so true. This is so true. I am. I'm a real human being with real feelings. Yeah. I really, you know what, family, I do want to say to any of you who are grappling with anything that is making you feel heavy, that is wearing you down right now. Please know that I'm praying for you too. And not just because it's the holiday season, because listen, we all have things with which we're dealing regularly, with which we are battling, grappling with, navigating on the regular. But especially and particularly if this time of year is hard for you. Like I said, I was going into it. I was feeling like I had my armor on and I was ready. And then when my family member took ill, it hit me hard. It just hit me really hard. And I wasn't prepared for that. I just wasn't prepared for that. So I felt like, wait a minute. I felt like all my armor had shattered. And, so yeah, so if you are dealing with anything, just know that you're not alone. I know I say that every single day, and I mean it when I say it. But just know it. Just know it. Just receive it. Just know it that you're not alone. And I do accept my tribe and my village right here on Love and Life. I do. Y'all know I love you because I tell you every single day. And I'm going to tell you tonight, too, before I say goodnight to you. I'm going to tell you that again, that I love you. But just know that I mean it. I really do mean it. When I say it, I mean it. I mean it because it's what I feel with every fiber of my being. For those of our family members that have just joined us, welcome. Welcome. You're tuned in to Love and Life right here on WURD with yours truly, Carol Riddick. We are talking with our very own Dr. Z because it's Thursday, and that's what we do on Thursdays. We have Thursdays with Dr. Z. What we're going to do right now is take a short commercial break now that I've had a therapy session. Oh my goodness. We're going to take just a short commercial break, but we will be right back. Stay with us.
Abaragani from WURD Radio. This week we honor the Nguzo Saba, the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. Today is the 3rd day of Kwanzaa. Ujima, meaning collective work and responsibility. Today we strive to build and maintain our community together. This is a great day to research and attend community meetings, become a mentor, provide feedback, support, and wisdom to a young person in your life. Take time to build community with your extended family, neighbors, and coworkers. May you practice this principle today and every day this year. This Kwanzaa vignette was brought to you by Comcast, Pico, Keystone First, Bank of America, and Brown's Family ShopRite.
The holiday season is fast approaching, and the Fresh Grocer of Monument, 4160 Monument Road, will cover all Philadelphia beverage taxable items starting November 3rd to January 4th. This is our gift to you. This offer is for soda, juices, and other family staples. Available only at the Fresh Grocer, 4160 Monument Road.
Attention WURD community. From December 1st through December 31st, we've got a special gift just for you. Sign up for a WURD membership during this exclusive period and enjoy a fabulous 50% off any one item in the WURD online store. That's right. Whether it's a WURD sweater, crew neck is my favorite, or anything else in our store, it's all yours at half price when you become a member this December. Your membership not only unlocks incredible discounts, but it also supports the uplifting Black Talk media you love. It's a win-win, so don't miss out on this limited time offer. Visit wordradio.com and sign up for a membership today.
Oftentimes, the wheelchairs our veterans and first responders receive from their healthcare providers are subpar at best. Some are falling apart, with a years-long waiting list for a new one. This lag causes a tremendous amount of stress for our heroes and creates a burden for their caregivers. Isolation leads to depression. We build what they need to get outdoors, hunting, fishing, or playing sports. Join the mission at wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Tune in to Cafe Mocha every Sunday from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Cafe Mocha is radio from a woman's perspective. Check out the flavor from the hosts, comedian and actress Lonnie Love, hip-hop legend Yo-Yo, and broadcast veteran Angelique Perrin as they bring their point of view to today's issues, social commentary, celebrity interviews, and self-help advice wrapped in a soundtrack of urban contemporary music. That's Cafe Mocha, Sundays at 8 p.m. only on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love is.
Hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life right here on WURD with yours truly, Carol Riddick. We are talking with Dr. Z because that's what we do on Thursdays. We have Thursdays with Dr. Z. I do want to acknowledge your comments, family, because I do want you to know that they have not been ignored. Nasir shares, Dr. Z, thank you so much for stepping in without missing a beat. Sister power. Amen to that. Amen, amen, amen. And Zenobia Driver Black, she shares that Pastor Daniel will be praying for you. Thank you. Thank you. Please give Pastor Black my love and appreciation. Thank you so much. Thank you. And Rowena, hi there, beautiful. Thank you for joining us. She's sharing love as well. And she asks that God wraps his loving arms around me. And I so appreciate you for that. In the name of Jesus. Yes. Amen to that. Amen. And Miss Lily is sharing happy Kwanzaa with everybody. And she's sharing love. She's sending a good evening blessing to everybody. And Eric says this show is live and in real time. It's unscripted. It is with no filter. It definitely is. We appreciate your honesty and transparency. Be real, be honest, be Caroline. I am she. I am she. And Miss Julie shares that bonbon is a French word for candy. She just looked it up. I love that. I love that. Well, she's going to get some. My cousin said, I'm going to get some bonbons. I just said, okay. She said, we're going to eat bonbons over the weekend. So, okay. I'm Miss Julie, know that I'm going to have some bonbons. I don't even know what kind of candy. I don't know what she's getting. I don't know. But I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to decompressing this weekend because that's my plan to decompress. And to just breathe, quite honestly. That was my plan, to just breathe this weekend, to let go, relax, decompress, and not allow myself to be consumed because I have been. I have been. And so, yeah, that was my plan. Family, what are you planning to do? Dr. Z, do you have plans for the weekend to
Same
bring in
thing.
the new year? Same thing?
Yeah, relax. I am not a person that likes to go out. I like to relax. I like to
Mhm.
reflect. I like to spend time with the family and prepare for the new year.
You know, it's always like if I'm not working, that's exactly what I do. I'll be at home. I don't want to go anywhere to bring in the new year. Like I want to be within the confines of my own four walls. I don't even like to be at another person's house. And it used to be me and my mother. We would go to church to bring in the new year. And then it just wasn't the same going by myself. It just wasn't the same. So then I started attending virtually. So now that's what I do because it was our thing. It was always our thing. Um, but I mean, life changes. Like that's what life does. Life changes. Life does change. And life is about change. So I'm embracing that. I am embracing change and I'm embracing positivity. But trying to navigate and make some new memories and have them be positive can sometimes be difficult. Sometimes.
It's like scary but exciting, right? It's like a scary, exciting moment. It's exciting because it's the new year is filled with new possibilities, but it's scary because some of the same stuff that we had in 2023 still going to come on over to 2024. So that can be scary at times. The unknown in the new year can be scary at times. So it's like a scary, exciting moment, nonetheless.
I
So
love that.
that's a normal feeling as well. I'm here today just to normalize things that we have a tendency to make abnormal. It's a normal to be fearful of the unknown. It's normal to not feel excited about the holidays. That's normal behavior. There's no one size fit approach into how we embrace life changes, life transitions, the unknown. There's no one size fit approach for everyone.
So you know what? I want to go back to something Ron said. He was talking about the candles. The candle place that he was talking about was Love on Fire because I am in love with this candle place. But we had them; they were actually guests on the show, and I so love that idea, Ron. I love, love, love that idea. Family, I don't know if you'll remember. I know Miss Julie and I know Nasir remember. I extended an invitation. I had gone for they have something called Candles After Dark where you go and you make your own candle. You pick your scent and I loved it. I loved it so much that I want to go back. So I extended the invitation. I said, "Family, come on and go with me. Let's go. Let's just, let me know if you want to go." And I want to go again. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to go again. So in the new year, Okay. I'm saying if you want to go, if you want to come and go with me, let me know. Let me know. I know Ron was talking about us buying candles for one another, and I love that idea too. I would love that. But I'm going to go and make a candle too, make my own. I've already made, I went once. So you make two candles when you go. You get to pick out two different scents. And I'm so in love with them that I don't want to burn them. So it's like, wait.
Carol, what's this place that says it's called Love on Fire? I have to write that down.
Love on Fire Candles, LUV. And it's such a quaint, intimate candle place. It is off of South Street. It's on 4th Street off of South Street, and it's the cutest little place. I gone. I said, "Oh, I love this. I love this." So they have different scents throughout the establishment, but you can pick scents. You can make your own, and that's what I did. And I just had a ball. I had such a ball. And it was just, I loved it. I loved it. So, so family, I am extending the invitation to you to let me know if you want to go. I will send you the information. I have not sent the information yet to those who reached out because I was waiting for more of our family members to let me know if you want to go. But let's go. Let's go. I so love that. And if you do want more information, just email me at loveandlife@wordradio.com. That's love and not ampersand, but and the word loveandlife@wordradio.com. I did not intend to have a therapy session. I was so prepared to say, Dr. Z, what do you have for us today?
But your therapy session tied in everything we were going to talk about. Going into the new year, embracing our past, going into the new year with a new mindset. You did it. We just did it a little differently. And guess what? That's okay. That's okay, Carol.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe this. What is happening?
I love it. I love a therapy session. Okay. I love a good therapy session.
No, family, you have no idea. Today, because I was running, trying to get back. We were talking about topics, and we were trying to zone in and narrow it down. Like, yeah. I said, Dr. Z, whatever you want to talk, whatever you're talking about today. Sometimes Dr. Z will say, okay, tonight I'm going to talk about this and blah blah blah. And there were about 3 different topics that she tossed on the table. I said, okay, whatever you want, we're going to talk about it. This was so not the plan. This was not.
But I love it. I love an impromptu. Who was it? Nasir that said unscripted, real talk, real time. I am sure the callers appreciate that. I am 100% sure they appreciate that.
Well, I've officially, I can say that I've officially had a race down on the show. Oh my goodness! But you know what? Again. I'm grateful that it was here because I always encourage you all. I always encourage you all to be your true, authentic self, and here I am. Here I am. This is me. I am she. This is all of me, and that is what I give to you. My unfiltered, unapologetic self. I am Caroline. And you got to see Caroline feel in real time tonight. OMG. So again, because I'm looking at the time, I see we're about to say good evening, good night for the week, for the night. I just want you to know that I do love y'all so much. I truly, truly, truly do. I can't express to you how much I do. And I am praying for you all as well as just on the regular, quite honestly. But as we go through this holiday season and as we complete this cycle of 2023 and move into 2024, just thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. I just can't thank y'all enough. Dr. Z, thank you. How about that? Because oh my goodness.
I am here for you. I am here for the listeners and I am here for you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ron, for helping me. How about that? Because I clearly needed help today. So thank you, family, for your help as well. Just thank you always to all of you. Praise God. Thank you, God. Thank you so much, God. Thank you. And thank you, God, for that it was in this space. How about that? Because I could have been somewhere else where nobody cared about me. And I could have felt alone, and I did not, and I do not. And I know that I'm loved. I know that you all care, and I appreciate you because I love you all, and I care about you. I do want you to know that God loves you so much more. I do want you to know that. I do want you to know that. Just thank you to our guests for tonight. As always, Dr. Z, thank you. Happy birthday again to those who are celebrating birthdays. To our love bugs, happy belated to you, Dr. Z. To Niall, Nick, Jordan, family. As we leave 2023, let's go into 2024, trying to do better because we know better. How about that? How about that? How about that? But always, always, always having God at the helm. Remember, we're all in this together, though. So be good to you, but be good to those around you. Always, always, always. Have a great rest of your night, your weekend, and your year. And family, be sure to join me Monday through Thursday, 7 till 9 p.m. Eastern Time for another edition of Love and Life right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Happy New Year, and I love you. Have a good night, family.
It's the WURD Hot 60. Hot 60. Here's the hottest 60 seconds you missed this week on reality.